Hi, Mom. I apologize for the delay in getting back to you. I read your email regarding your distress. Yeah, things over here have been a little busy about Burning Man. You're exactly right. When it comes to that, this will be my 5th time there. And I've learned that if you don't get ahead of the game, you'll be chasing your tail at the last minute, which is last week, or next week. Sorry. We are officially in the last minute territory. But Leanna and I have all of our ducks in a row. We team up with another friend of ours, and our camp is somewhat elaborate, so we have to put some thought into it that pretty much never stops throughout the year. Little by little, you have to keep it on your mind. And this year the ticketing process was a mess. But anyway, back to your deal. I just reread your email, and yeah, it sounds like you just have to play the game. As far as their payment schedule over at the Driftwood, or whoever their representative is, I don't know how these things work, but they're not going to kick Grandma out of there if there's any sort of snafu. Even if you stop paying them entirely, I mean, they're not going to do that, and you're acting in good faith, and there's no reason to get overly stressed out. Just deal with them as rationally and professionally as possible. It's a zoo over there. If that is where they're handling their administrative, at the very same time they're doling out the care on the front lines, then it's a recipe for confusion, to say the least. So I don't know where the administrative processes are handled with the Driftwood, but at any rate, it sounds like you're in touch with them and they're in touch with you. So they want that dough. That's the most important thing. It's pretty much all they're thinking about. It's a for-profit outfit, so they're making a profit, that's for sure. And you intend on doing the right thing by keeping the payments up to date, and I think there might be a couple of options. A couple that are probably not going to excite you very much. There's probably an automatic payment plan that you can tie them into, which would require giving them privileges that you probably don't want to deal with, but an automatic payment schedule would electronically deduct the fee every month or whatever. All of Leanna and I have this going on with all of our utility bills, phone and whatnot, but that's minor in comparison. You don't want arbitrarily taken funds out of your account, even if it's warranted. $7,000 a month is a lot of money to authorize somebody to take out automatically. So that's probably not an option. You can send Leanna and I the check, and we could go down there and hand it to him personally if you want to do that. That might be another avenue. That would keep me visiting over there. I haven't been there in over a month, so I'm kind of bummed out about that, because when I go again, I'm sure Grandma's not going to know who I am, so I'll have to remind her. But I have a bunch of pictures and things like that, but I assume she's doing as good as can be, but I haven't been in a while. But I plan on getting back over there next week before we leave for Burning Man, which will be next Friday. And like I said, I'm up to date and got myself in good field position as far as Burning Man goes to have next week where I can just cool out. And I wanted to get back over to Grandma's house and do some sweeping. There's, it's kind of just as a matter of pride. There's some pill bottles and some pills that are in the kitchen, on the kitchen floor, and the movers left empty tape rolls and things like that. And maybe a little vacuum. There's still a vacuum over there, so I was just going to do a quick little 10-minute run through of cleaning, and your realtor probably will. Well, I know he'll do a more thorough job, and if he's going to ding you on the cost of doing that anyway, then I'd just soon not get too thorough, especially in the garage. It's there's paint containers in every nook and cranny of that area, and I'd have to get up on a ladder and grab them out, and I don't really want to do that. Not in the shape I'm in at my age. My age, not so bad. It's the physical condition. So I'd probably break my neck. I don't want that to happen. So anyway, and the realtor will know what to do when the time comes. It's not really that bad. But anyhow, like I said, the trinkets, Grandpa's odds and ends. He's got some retirement decorations in there, and maybe I'll just go leave them at the cemetery or something as some sort of monument. I just feel bad that nobody would see them anymore if they go into the trash can or whatever. But I'll send them to you. It's really not that much stuff. I'll either keep them or send them to you. It's just some mementos from his fellow employees that gave him a send-off, and he kept that stuff in the garage, and he enjoyed them. I know that. So he's not around anymore, so them's the breaks, right? So I'll make a decision regarding that. Anyway, I think I addressed your email stuff. I think I was going to fill you in on things going on here. It's really no big deal. Leanna and I, we live in a good situation, but like I told you, there's just a couple of things that I wish we could iron out, and Leanna and I are in discussions about how we can rectify our situation. But just not to mince words, I'll get to the heart of it. What goes on here? I told you we rent from Leanna's parents, my in-laws, Marilyn and Chuck, and we live in the back house. Front house is Leanna's brother Tim. Blah blah blah. You know that story. Well, okay. When summer comes around, Sandra, Tim's wife, is a school teacher. So when summer comes around, it's vacation time, right? So naturally they go away and have a great time, and I'm happy for them to do that. They're able to do that, and they spend a lot of great time as a family, water skiing and things like that. But here's the downfall: when one of our houses in the duplex is occupied, Marilyn and Chuck think it's open season to house sit, which isn't really house sitting, it's vacation for them to come to the beach area. And I understand, but in 3 years of living here, it's become a problem for me that I can't ignore. I don't enjoy it, so I'm looking to move into a condo situation. I think that fits our lifestyle a little bit better. All things said, in this area, in the El Segundo, Playa del Rey area. So, in essence, it'd either be on the side of the airport we're on now in El Segundo, or the other side of the airport in Playa del Rey, where we used to live. It's nice over there, and it's still close by, so we could see the kids and everybody in El Segundo. And when there are these family reunion type of things, we could still come by and go to dinner or hang out at the house or something. But the visits, sometimes they're unannounced. Sometimes throughout the year, I'll get a surprise. And what the bottom line is that whenever somebody visits the front house, or there's an activity in the front house, by default, I'm involved. By default, it's as if we're entertaining. The structures are that close together, and we're family, right? So if family shows up to the front house, then that automatically means I have to go into visit mode. So just before you say, "Whoa, Steve, just suck it up and deal with it," and blah blah blah, just put yourself in that position. Even where you live now, or when we lived on Wendy, or wherever, just put yourself in that position of getting an unannounced family member showing up, and then you have to be on your A game to visit. That's an extraordinary circumstance. I don't live with it every day, but I live with the imminent threat of that happening. And like I told you, there's no back door. I can't really escape. I have to mentally prepare when that happens, and I have to be part of whatever is going on. For example, not to bore you, but this is interesting stuff. July 4th is a huge party in El Segundo. Our block, Sheldon, is the epicenter of that party. Fireworks, block parties, the whole thing. Okay, well, after 5 years, maybe 6, I don't remember. It's been about 5 or 6 years of this. I'm done with it. I'm sick and tired of it. I hate to be a killjoy, but I'm done with it. It's a lot of commotion around our house and the park that is adjacent to us. And this past year, even though Tim and Sandra entertained family and friends at their house, and we had a block party, I wasn't up for it, and I left. I went perusing to town and went to the various establishments that I frequent from time to time, and I just wasn't in the mood for the commotion. So anyway, that's just an example. Christmas, Thanksgiving, all the big holidays are similar issues, and it's gotten to the point where we're looking to move. It's a mutual thing. I'm not forcing Leanna to do anything, and she knows it's an issue too, and I don't want her, I can't put her in a position of confronting her parents about visiting and things like that, but it is what it is. I think you got the picture, but it's not, if it's just something on our minds to straighten out the problem and get it done. And condo life probably fits our schematic a little bit better than where we live now. You get a lot of amenities that would be beneficial to me. There's gyms that are typically there on the premises, in a pool, and things like that. Maintenance is all taken care of. You pay a fee, but that's that. Anyhow, enough about me. I'll check in with you later, and hang in there. Don't get too down. It sounds like everything is going good under the conditions, and it is what it is. So